Imagine stepping back into Istanbul at the height of its imperial power. The air smells of salt, smoke, and spices from 3 continents. Minarets cut through the sky, ships crowd the harbour, flying flags you recognize, and many you don't. This is not a quiet museum city. This is Constantinople in the 1600s, the capital of an empire that still connects Europe, Asia, and Africa. Through AI reconstruction, we walk into the living city, before decline, before nostalgia, when Istanbul was still the center of the world. In the 17th century, Istanbul, still widely called Constantinople by Europeans, is not a place people visit for leisure. It is a city you come to because power, money, and survival demand it. This is the administrative heart of the Ottoman Empire. Orders flow outward from here to the Balkans, North Africa, Arabia, and the Black Sea. Taxes, grain, soldiers, and information flow inward. The city is vast, loud, and functional. Beauty exists, but it is never the point. From above, the skyline is defined by domes and minarets. From street level, it is defined by congestion. Most people live close together in wooden houses packed along narrow streets. Fires are common. Disease spreads easily. Privacy is rare. Neighborhoods are organized less by wealth than by community and function. Muslims, Christians, and Jews often live in separate quarters. Not strictly segregated, but socially distinct. This system, known as the millet structure, allows religious communities to manage their own affairs, but it also locks people into inherited roles. Water comes from public fountains. Bathhouses serve hygiene, social life, and religion. Life is public by necessity. For the poor, housing is temporary and precarious. For the elite, it is controlled, guarded, and quiet. At the city's core sites Topkapi Palace. This is not just a residence. It is a machine of governance. Courtyards separate ranks. Silence is enforced. Access is power. Here live the Sultan, his household, administrators, scribes, and guards. Decisions made inside these walls affect millions of people who will never see the palace. The elite class, high officials, military commanders, senior clerics, live close enough to power to matter, but far enough to remain invisible. Wealth exists, but it is displayed through restraint, not excess. Status is shown through proximity, not architecture. To understand Istanbul, you move next to the markets. The Grand Bazaar is already a city within a city. Covered streets stretch for kilometers. Shops are organized by trade, textiles, metalwork, leather, spices, books. This is not a tourist market. It is a wholesale engine of empire. Prices here ripple outward across regions. Merchants from Venice, Persia, Armenia, the Arab world, and North Africa negotiate daily. Money changes hands constantly, but wealth is fragile. One shipment lost at sea, one political shift, one tax increase, and fortunes vanish. Most people work with their hands. Porters carry goods through streets too narrow for carts. Artisans produce textiles, ceramics, tools, and weapons. Dock workers unload ships from dawn until night. Social mobility exists, but it is limited. Advancement depends on patronage, not innovation. Stability is valued more than growth. Unemployment is dangerous. The state fears idle men more than hunger. When food prices rise or wages fall, unrest follows quickly. The city survives because people keep working, not because they believe in the system. Everything leads to the water. The Golden Horn is one of the busiest harbours on Earth in the 1600s. Warships, merchant vessels, fishing boats, and ferries crowd the water. Across the inlet lies Galata, home to European merchants, sailors, and diplomats. Languages overlap. Laws blur. Taverns, warehouses, and boarding houses line the streets. This is where Istanbul feels most global and most unstable. Information spreads here faster than official decrees. Rumors arrive before fleets. Alcohol is restricted for Muslims but common among sailors and foreigners. Taverns exist, tolerated but watched. More important are coffee houses. In the 1600s, coffee houses become spaces of conversation, storytelling, and political rumor. Authorities distrust them for good reason. Ideas travel faster here than in mosques or markets. These spaces connect workers, soldiers, and merchants. They are informal networks of information, dangerous, vibrant, and essential. Religion structures time and space. Mosques dominate neighborhoods, not just as places of worship, but as community anchors. The Hagia Sophia remains the city's symbolic center, an architectural reminder of conquest and continuity. Nearby, the newly built Blue Mosque asserts imperial confidence in stone and symmetry. Prayer schedules regulate the day, festivals regulate the year. Faith is not optional, but it is lived differently across classes. In the 1600s, Istanbul is still powerful, but cracks are visible. European Atlantic trade routes are rising. Inflation pressures the empire. Military costs grow. The city feels these shifts first. Yet daily life continues. Ships still arrive. Markets still function. The empire has momentum, even as its direction begins to drift. This is not decline yet. It is strain. Walking through 1600s, Istanbul is not about monuments. It is about motion. People move constantly between home and market, mosque and harbour, palace and coffee houses. The city survives through circulation. This is a capital that still believes it is the centre of the world, and for now, still acts like it. Through AI reconstruction, we do not see a fallen empire. We see a living one, crowded, noisy, unequal, and powerful, holding itself together one working day at a time.